Welcome back to our podcast, the space where we explore all the things love, life, and connection. And today episode is one of my favorites because it's get to the heart of how we give and receive love. That's right. Today we're diving deep into the five love languages, a concept that has transformed relationships around the world. Whether you're single, dating, married, or somewhere in between, understanding love languages can radically shift the way you experience connection. So grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's get into it. So, the five love languages were developed by Dr. Gary Chapman, a marriage counselor who noticed something fascinating in his work. Couples often expressed love in completely different ways and sometimes didn't even realize it. That disconnect, it wasn't always a lack of love, but a difference in language. Just like we speak different verbal languages, English, Portuguese, Mandarin, we also have emotional languages. And if we're speaking two different ones in a relationship, it can feel like we're not being heard or appreciated, even when love is present. So, what are these five emotional dialects of love? Let's walk through them. So, the first love languages is word of affirmation. People with this love language feel most loved when they hear sincere affirming words, compliments, encouragement, sweet text messages, little love notes. There are golden to them. It's not just flattery, it's authentic appreciation, saying, I love how passionate you are about your work, or thank you for being so thoughtful today. That hits their heart. Now, if this is your partner's love language, silence or criticism can hurt more than you realize. For them, loving words are like sunshine. Next up, act of service. This one is all about action. For these folks, actions do speak louder than words. Washing the dishes without being asked, filling up their gas tank, making breakfast on a busy morning, these small everyday gestures show love. They don't need grand declarations. They notice when you help lighten their load. They feel love when they see you doing something that makes their life easier or more joyful. If this is your love language, broken promises or laziness might feel more like neglect than inconvenience. The third love language is often misunderstood, receiving gifts. This doesn't mean someone is materialistic or obsessed with presents. It's about thoughtfulness and symbolism. A small, meaningful gift says, I see you, I know you, I was thinking of you. Whether it's a handmade card, a souvenir from a trip, or their favorite chocolate bar on a rough day, it communicates that you care. The key here isn't the price tag, it's the intention behind the gift. People with this love language light up when they receive something that says, you matter to me. Now, let's talk quality time. For people with this love language, undivided attention is the ultimate expression of love. This doesn't just mean sitting in the same room watching Netflix while scrolling on your phone. It means intentional presence, conversation where you're really listening, activities you do together without distraction, walks, road trips, late night talks. They feel valued when you set aside time just to be with them. When that time is compromised or distracted, it can feel like emotional distance. And finally, physical touch. For some people, love is deeply felt through the body. A hug, a gentle touch on the arm, a kiss, hello, cuddling at night. It's not all about intimacy, it's about connection. Holding hands while walking, a reassuring touch during a tough moment. These little things create a powerful sense of closeness. On the flip sides, distance or lack of touch can be interpreted as coldness or rejection, even if that's not the intention. So how do we use this knowledge? Well, first get curious. What's your love language? What makes you feel most appreciated? And then ask or observe the people you love. How do they show love? How do they respond when you express it? Sometimes our love languages don't match, and that's okay. It just means we have to become bilingual, learning to speak love in ways that resonate with the people around us. Think of it as a love in intention. Instead of guessing or assuming, we're showing up in ways that are meaningful to them. The beauty of the five love languages is that they remind us love isn't one size fits all. It's personal, it's unique, and it's powerful when spoken fluently. So, whether your language is hugs, kind words, thoughtful gifts, service, or time, you deserve to give and receive love in a way that truly speaks to your heart. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share with someone you love. And if you haven't already, take the free love languages uh, quiz online. It's a fun way to learn more about yourself and the people you care about. And please don't forget to subscribe. Drop some comment on the comment section and share this to the one you love. So until next time, keep loving with intention.